Hi there, this is Doctor with Rangers of Wrestling, bringing you the Wrestling Time Post Show. And for tonight, I will be reviewing Monday Night Raw. Okay, so Monday Night Raw kicked off with Cody Rhodes basically cutting, I don't want to say usual promo, but yes, pretty much what it was. Crowd starts chanting, "Thank you, Cody." And somebody in the crowd said that I love you. And he responded back by saying, "I love you too, buddy." And like he basically went on to talk about his daughter, which was met with cheers, not boos. It's crazy, like how like this promo reminds me of like all the promos Cody Rhodes would cut in AEW, and he was just like met with boos. But this time around, they're not booing him; they're cheering him. He basically says that he faced one of the best wrestlers in Seth frickin' Rollins, and that the trilogy is closed. He's officially done with Seth Rollins. So like he said that in 4 weeks it's gonna be Money in the Bank. He kind of alludes to the fact that he wants to compete in Money in the Bank. But then Seth Rollins comes out and interrupts him and basically says that he still doesn't like Cody, but after what he did, he earned his respect. And he says it was a gutsy performance and he's the toughest person he's ever been in the ring with. And Rollins was like, I know you probably don't want to hear this from me, but he says that Dusty is very proud of his baby boy. And like Seth Rollins shakes his hand and shows respect to Cody. And then like that's pretty much where the in-ring segment ends. Like we still don't know how long Cody Rhodes is going to be out for. I know that commentary said he's scheduled to receive surgery on Wednesday. So we still don't know. We still didn't get that answer. But as Cody Rhodes is leaving the ring, Seth Rollins attacks Cody Rhodes with a sledgehammer. And like they bring out a stretcher and stuff, but Cody Rhodes refuses to leave on the stretcher and he decides to walk out of the arena instead. So I have to say, I actually really like this opening segment. I think it was a good way to write Cody off TV. One thing that I think might happen would be, and this is just me throwing things out there, I think maybe it's possible Seth frickin' Rollins wins Money in the Bank. And then, like, you have Cody Rhodes come back and challenges him for his Money in the Bank briefcase. Because, I mean, Money in the Bank is, like, literally, I think, in 24 days. I don't think Cody Rhodes is going to be able to compete. Again, we don't know how long he's going to be out for. They did not get official confirmation as to how long he will be out. But I'm very curious to see what's going to happen now. I mean, they really don't have a babyface, but I'll get more on that later in another segment. So great opening to Raw. I really dug this. Awesome swerve by Seth frickin' Rollins with him coming out, thanking Cody, telling Cody, giving respect, and then just kicking or just beating him up afterwards. So really good opening. I really liked it. Then we get Becky Lynch. For some odd reason, she's facing Dana Brooke for the 24/7 title, nevertheless. Well, actually, no. Let's see. Cody has been there 3 months and already injured. Yeah. So here's the confusing aspect. So it's Becky Lynch versus Dana Brooke. And it doesn't start off with a 24/7 title, but then because of all the chaos going on with the title, Dana Brooke winning the title back from Akira Tozawa, Becky Lynch basically threatens people, saying nobody better interfere in this match, and she challenges Dana Brooke for the 24/7 title. So I'm thinking to myself, holy smokes, Becky Lynch is actually going to challenge for the 24/7 title? Like, my mouth dropped when this happened. And then Asuka comes out, she causes a distraction, and she actually helps Dana Brooke beat Becky Lynch. So I guess, in a way, kind of makes sense because then you're seeing the downward spiral of Becky Lynch ever since she lost her title. So right there, it makes sense. And not to mention, Dana Brooke got the biggest win of her career. She beat Becky Lynch. Sure, it was with interference, but she still beat Becky Lynch. I guess I hope that counts for something for Dana. But if not, well, at least she can. It's in the record books. She beat Becky Lynch. Then we get the announcement that John Cena returns on Monday Night Raw, June 27th, which is his 20th anniversary. And I'm actually really excited. Cannot wait. I actually miss John Cena. John Cena is one of my favorite wrestlers, so I'm really excited to see him come back. A 24/7 title needs to see the trash can. They're funny. Okay, so what I think is going to happen, again, this is just pure speculation on my part. Feel free to disagree with me. I think John Cena is going to come back and he's going to be put in a program with Austin Theory. I think they're going to give Austin Theory the Roman Reigns treatment. They're going to put him in a program with John Cena. And John Cena's sole purpose of coming back is to put Austin Theory over. That's what I think is going to happen. They will probably set up Cena versus Theory at SummerSlam. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. In my opinion, it's way too soon to have Austin Theory versus John Cena. Actually, that's summer. If you book it correctly, that's a WrestleMania quality type of match. You can build what you can do to build to it is you can build Austin Theory up. Spend this time building him up. Have him maybe face United States champion after United States champion. Have him run through a former United States champions. Build him up. Make him believable. And then bring Cena back and have Cena put Theory over. But nope. You're going to give him the Roman Reigns treatment. You're just going to immediately stick him in a feud with John Cena. Have Cena put him over. Lift his hand. And then probably go like that. And that's it. You could write such an awesome storyline out of Austin Theory versus John Cena. You really can. You know, the I guess you can say the past versus the present. You know? And then like Austin Theory said that John Cena inspired him. Like the storyline writes itself. Storyline writes itself. But no. Michael Chow, John Cena is the new leader of Judgement Day. I approve. Oh my god, Michael. Oh my god. Alright, but no, I'm serious though. Like, you can have an amazing storyline with John Cena and Austin Theory, but instead, they're just gonna have Austin Theory face John Cena. Like always. That's the plan. It really is. And we know Theory would win, and yeah, it is what it is. Then you have a pointless Miz TV segment with Matt Riddle. Basically, the whole point of this segment wasn't for Riddle. It was so that the Miz can come out and promote Miz and Mrs. third season premiere, apparently. Like, Riddle comes out, and he's basically laying down the challenge to Roman Reigns. And then he tells the Miz that there's a reason Cena's playing the Peacemaker and the Miz is playing Homemaker. And they start talking about the Mrs. Balls. And I think it kind of just turned cringe after that. Seriously. And then I don't know why. Like, Ciampa attacked Riddle. And then Miz accepted Riddle's challenge. And like, this is the second time Ciampa helps the Miz. I mean, the first time he attacked Mustafa Ali. So I don't understand what's going on with Ciampa. Michael 101591 saying Miz and Mrs. watching now better than Raw. Really? Huh. So then this leads into a match, Miz versus Riddle. Miz competing in a suit, basically, tuxedo, because he didn't go to the back and change. Maurice obviously gets involved in this match twice. It's not enough, and Riddle pins the Miz. So, yeah, I'm not sure where they're going with this. I really don't know. Miz is better on his reality show than he is on Raw. Really? Okay. We get a championship contenders match. It's the Street Profits versus the Usos. So, good match. Good match. But I hope this doesn't turn into like RK Bros versus the Usos. It's just nonstop. Because we're gonna have every combination of this, aren't we? We're gonna have Dawkins versus Jimmy, Montez Ford Paulie versus Jay, then Dawkins versus Jay, then Montez Ford versus Jimmy. It's gonna be every freaking combination that you can think of in this feud, isn't it? Just like it was for RK Bro. But nevertheless, this was a good match. Kind of confusing part, like they won by count out. The Street Profits win by count out. Interesting choice, I guess. Ciampa is the new leader of the Mr. Rosh. I approve. Oh my god, man. Oh my god, Michael, you're so hilarious. Championship laziness match, all I call it. These championship contenders matches need to die. Well, they're not doing number one contender matches anymore, so what can you do? Okay, this is really where my head starts to really hurt because After this Street Profits segment, you had Bobby Lashley. He comes out and he basically starts talking about what he did to MVP and Omos. Okay? It's okay there. Austin Theory interrupts him. Yeah, interrupts him. Accuses him of stealing his spotlight. And he basically tells Lashley that he needed help, but Theory himself didn't need help. And Theory shows off his bicep, then Lashley shows up his bicep. And Theory says that Lashley doesn't deserve a U.S. title shot. And then Lashley attacks Theory. Okay, so try to help me, fill me out here for a second. You have Austin Theory and about interrupting Bobby Lashley for what reason? What reason do you have to have Austin Theory interfere with Bobby Lashley's segment? I mean, is this a one-time thing? Are we gonna have like a mini feud? Like literally, we have John Cena returns June 27th. We literally have like 21 days before John Cena comes back. Like, are we using those 21 days to put the Austin Theory with Bobby Lashley? Really? Let me see. We didn't need to see Mrs. Boxer live on TV. Amen to that. At least he wore boxers, though. Let's be thankful he wore boxers. Then, for some odd reason, we have Dominik Mysterio versus Veer Mahan. Okay, so the match wasn't as bad. Like, Dominic was getting some offense in, so this wasn't a squash match. But here's my thing. Rey Mysterio dropkicks Veer Mahan, causing a DQ because he wants to save his son. Okay, so you basically cost your son the match. That's what you did here. You cost him his match. So where's the logic in this, I guess? Where? My head hurts now. Just trying to, like right here, it's right here. It hurts right here. Just trying to figure out logic, raw WWE logic. I yawned out the whole match. How boring, yeah. All right. So then you get a Judgment Day segment, and basically they were promoting since the start of Raw that there was going to be a new member joining. Speculation, Raw is headaches, yeah. Speculation, I guess you can say, was running wild with who was going to be the fourth member. I thought it was going to be Tommaso Ciampa because that's what it was being reported. It was going to be Tommaso Ciampa. So it turns out that the fourth member was Finn Balor. Okay. Talk about a swerve. Rhea and Rhea, Damian Priest turn on Edge. They turn on Edge. They attack Edge. They hit him with the concerto, and then Edge gets stretchered away. So this is what I think is going to happen. It's one of two things. Either A, Edge requested time off, which I haven't heard anything about. I haven't checked has anybody heard anything as to why Edge got written off? Again, I haven't seen or read anything thus far with that, but Balor needed this. I like that they swerved us and turned on Edge. Yes, definitely. I'll keep talking about that. Or they're repackaging Edge because now that Cody Rhodes is going to be gone for who knows how long, they need a baby face. And before I continue with the review, I just want to say, like, I hate to compare. I really do. I hate to draw comparisons, but you can see in WWE, like, who does Raw have that's a star power that can bring in people now that Cody Rhodes is gone? Nobody. And so I can see them repackaging Edge as that babyface because they don't have anybody. And why? Because they focus so much on just Roman Reigns, they don't bother to make new stars. And while as an AEW, Kenny Omega's MIA, and it doesn't even feel like he's MIA. Raw next week, I guarantee you're going to feel Cody Rhodes' absence. I guarantee that's what's going to happen. You're going to feel his absence because there's nobody to take his place. He was like the ultimate babyface. I mean, granted, you have AJ Styles, you have Bobby Lashley, but they're not as over as Cody. I mean, they were chanting freaking thank you, Cody. Like, everybody was behind Cody. How are you supposed to have a star when you don't have any. Edge is the new leader of the Bullet Club. I have proof. WWE is afraid to make new stars. Yeah. Yeah, they are. And it's just like, it just doesn't make sense to me. It's like, if you wouldn't be in this mess if you had people to take Cody's place. But no, Cody goes down. There's no one to take his place. No one. I'm telling you. Be the fifth member of what? I'm telling you, you're going to feel Cody Rhodes' absence. You're going to come back to this and you're going to tell me, I feel you can see Cody Rhodes' absence because you are going to feel it. Then, after this segment, we had a fifth member of Judgment Day. Okay, I'll take it. I'll be the fifth member of Judgment Day. The Mountain of I'll take it. Yeah, but you know what? You know, honestly though, like, I thought they were gonna do a whole Dante Martin Team Taz thing kind of. You guys remember when? I know it's not AEW, but you guys remember when Dante Martin supposedly joined Team Taz and he turned on him? I thought that's what they were going for with Finn Balor, but nope. They threw us for this loop and kicked Edge out of the group. So curious, but I am gonna say I am pretty curious to see what happens going forward. Well, the pay-per-view was offering one was worse, pretty honestly. This Raw left me scratching my head. Then you had a completely pointless segment in Omos versus Cedric Alexander. This was basically a squash match. Okay, so you have the squash match, and then you have which Omos wins, not a shocker there. Then the Dirty Dogs come out and interrupt Omos versus MVP. First of all, where the hell have the Dirty Dogs been? Number two, why are they interrupting? It makes absolutely no sense. Will be the fit. Oh my god, Mike, I remember that pay-per-view. I remember that pay-per-view. Okay. Makes absolutely no sense. Unless Dolph Ziggler is going to get punished. I think he was at the Dynamite that was here. So I can see him getting punished for that. That's the only reason I can think of that they interrupted. Otherwise, it was completely pointless. Then we get Otis versus Ezekiel, where Ezekiel managed to win. And okay, I like Ezekiel in the KO stuff. I do. But okay, KO beat Ezekiel on the pay-per-view. Why do you have Ezekiel challenging for a rematch? His whole logic was that everybody deserves a second chance. So he challenges him. KO says he's feeling generous and he's in a good mood. He wants Ezekiel to admit that he's a liar. So Ezekiel basically says that he is a liar, but then he says that he's lying, and he tricked KO into giving him the rematch, and then hits KO with the jumping knee. I'm kind of confused. Really kind of confused with that. Only part of Raw I enjoyed was Edge got retired. It was best not seeing Dolph and Roode on TV. They were both going, where the hell were they? Seriously, like, I honestly forgot how long they haven't been on Raw. I really have. So the rematch is going to take place next week. And I don't know. I don't know what their plan is here with KO and Ezekiel. I mean, I thought it would be like done, but I guess not. Then in the main event, you have the Fatal 4-Way match. It's Alexa Bliss versus Doudrop versus Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. The last time they were seen was on NXT. Well, I don't watch NXT. I know Michael does, but I do not watch NXT. So the match wasn't bad. Actually, it wasn't a bad main event. I did notice Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan were working together. So I wonder if they might be a random tag team that gets thrown together, especially now that Balor is like with Judgment Day. Like, what's gonna happen with AJ Styles and Liv Morgan? Are they just gonna drop that storyline? So yeah, so it seemed like they were working together. I honestly would not be surprised if they do. You know what they're gonna do? This is what WWE is going to do, honestly, with Liv Morgan and AJ Styles. They're going to make them look right there, And we're just gonna forget they ever feuded with Judgment Day. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Just look right there. Shh, please, I can neither confirm nor deny watch NXT 2. Sorry about that, Michael. Yeah, Michael cannot confirm nor deny that. Sorry. So, I actually really liked the fact that they were working together. My favorite spot in this match was when Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan Doudrop, and she had like Rhea, so Rhea ended up going down. Another. Oh my god. Let me see. Danny says, I haven't seen NXT since Charlotte went to the main show. From Raw, from what I've seen, the second hour, I'd give it a 1. I haven't gotten to the rating yet. But my favorite spot in this match was that rolling pin that they did. That was so hilarious. I remember when I went to SmackDown, Charlotte and Becky Lynch did that rolling pin. That was hilarious. I really like that spot. Rhea Ripley's wins this, and that's pretty much. So she wins, and then Judgment Day comes out, and Bianca Belair, she's holding her title, and that is how Monday Night Raw ends. So I don't know how you guys feel, but to me, this was like the most confusing Monday Night Raw of all time. I can confirm I watch NXT. Really? You watch NXT too? Wow. You guys are brave troopers watching NXT and Monday Night Raw. You'd rather watch NXT over Impact? Oh, you know what? You deserve a timeout for that. How dare you? No, just kidding. I'm just kidding. You're free to watch whatever you want to watch, okay? I'm not going to pass judgment. But this was arguably the most confusing Monday Night Raw in my lifetime that I've ever watched, honestly. Like, I left me scratching my head. So, this is the fallout from Hell in the Cell, and like really the only thing that we kind of covered was Cody and Seth and like and Becky. With that being said, I'm gonna kind of give this Raw a 3 out of 10. It was so confusing. Aside from a few spots that I like, very, very confusing show. Even when I tuned in the second hour, I was like, what am I watching? Yeah, I feel you, but with that being said, you guys, thank you guys all so much for watching and for the continuous support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I go live or I release a new video. And I will see you guys on Wednesday after Dynamite. Have a great night.